Hello, thank you to watch this presentation. My name is Fred Adam. I will do this presentation in the context of the work project, working out in the local communities, and I am interested in how we can contribute to environmental and social regeneration through art practice with the use of technology. And the title of this short talk is Working with Migrating Birds, a borderless inspiration for peace. So here I want to share my passion, my art practice, and my knowledge in technology. In this little presentation, I do this from the wetland El Hondo in Spain, where I am living. It's a Mediterranean wetland. It's a very rare and important ecosystem where we can see so much birds along the year. I am locally managing as a volunteer the nature house of my village. It's a wonderful wooden hut at the edges of the wetland, and I have great interactions with the local community, where I try as much as I can from the art practice and the communication, the dialogue with local people and local ecologists and naturalists to awaken the interest and the connections with the different ecosystem, and especially the wetland with the local population. So you can see here, for example, that we are playing naturalist games, board games, and here on the left you see a game about migrating birds, and on the right also we also have naturalist games like card games we play with younger people. And yeah, so for me it's very important to connect nature, the observation of nature with the communication with local communities. So during this presentation I will show you some resources, some maps, and what you can see inside the white square are content you will not be able to see unless you create a user account. And the other web pages you can see on the presentation, you can navigate them without a need to create an account. So it's important. You will see on almost every slide where there is a map, you have a link so you can click and explore and navigate the maps. Let's talk about the diversity of birds migration. So I have to clarify that I studied fine arts, and I spend a lot of time in nature, and I talk with ecologists, and I read books about topic, but I am really not an expert, and I have to learn so much. So what I will say here in this presentation, don't take it for granted as a biologist. No, I am not. All right, but at least I can share some basic knowledge I'm quite sure is accurate. So we have, let's say, three different kinds of migrations. One is long distance south-north migration, and it can take thousands and thousands of kilometers from one continent to the other. And for example, we have the white stork, who we'll talk about very soon. We have a less distant migration. We can talk about nomadic movements, and it's about dispersion around different ecosystems, and we have also some permanent resident birds who will stay all along the year at the same location. Let's talk about the long distance migration and the white stork, of course. So I would like to mention Clara Gary, member of the Walking Art and Local Community Project, commenting the other day that she has a residence program called Ganta, and Ganta is a local name for the white stork. So yeah, I think we are totally tuning here in the topic. And you can see the pink line is the tracking of a white stork during a migration, where we use, scientists use some GPS signals to track the motion. So you can see it really follows south-north axis magnetic pole. So you have on the bottom right corner the link where you can navigate this map. The nomadic movement, let's take for example the case of the Dalmatian pelican. I don't know yet, but I know it's present around the Prespa Lake, and hopefully I will discover next summer for the Walking Art encounters in Prespa. And I would like to mention Natasha. The other day we talked with her during a bivouac event we organized with Giga Circus Art Collective, and during the live show she showed to the audience online a feather of Dalmatian pelican. A permanent residence, the green woodpecker, for example. So here we have again the presence of the woodpecker in different countries bordering the Prespa Lake, and so the blue dots are the observations done quite a long time ago, and the red dots on the left map are the very recent observations. You have also the link to zoom to Psarades and check this. On the bottom right corner you will see some European map with some purple squares. So this is the full representation of the observation and distribution of this bird, at least in West Europe. But we have to be careful that this information is brought by people, by bird watchers. So if you don't have a bird watcher at a certain country, you will not see the presence of the bird on this map, right? So what you can see is not every woodpeckers. No, it's just that the woodpecker seen by bird watchers at a certain moment in specific countries. An example, another permanent residence, Eurasian scops owl, present also at the Prespa Lake at night. I think that they are not so much. They are quite rare. And we have here Stagmatis sagoris. I would say that this guy is a migrating human, because if you click on the source link below his profile, you will visit his page and you can get access to his web page and his travels, and he's traveling all around. And so you can see that when behind every bird on the map you have someone. The white stork in this case has been seen by slave Nakev in North Macedonia and Mwangi Gitao in Kenya. I don't know if it's the same bird they watch, but it's possible. So birds connect us in a way that we are not aware of. It connects people. So nature, of course, connect people together. An interesting case is I am only a member of a WhatsApp group, a local group where people share their observation of rare birds in the Comunidad Valenciana in Spain. And each time someone see a rare bird, they take a picture if they can, and they at least write a description and share the location. And you can see here a black stork. And this black stork has been seen at 10:30 by Pilar in Valencia, and a few minutes later has been seen by Giras in another location, more to south, and it has been seen by Marcos in Catral at 12:13. So wow, that's probably the same bird, So there is here an interesting entanglement between people, species, ecosystems and locations. Something very special is happening. But I find also this entanglement very strong in the artworks, the projects created by the Giga Circus Art Collective, where they celebrate through online and live connections and live music and songs and poetry, people from different countries, exiled people, the local community, and there is here also an entanglement of cultural diversities and territories for me. I want to show you a short video. So in the US, they use the network of weather satellites to capture the passage of birds during the night, mostly, traveling, migrating in different locations. And you see, for example, 300 million birds in flight at the same moment in the territory. It's very impressive, but you don't see what's going on in Central America and in South Africa because its technology is just used in the US. Okay, so I want to clarify that when we talk about behaviors, migrating behaviors, it can be pretty subtle depending on the species. For example, the jackdaw. The jackdaw will probably stay all the year, and they are big flocks. They're a little bit like the starling, but bigger. And also, they migrate, especially if they are spending summer very in the north latitude. They will go down in winter and in known destinations. But what is interesting, as far as I could discover in some writings, is that also some jackdaw will travel to unknown destinations. So it's a big risk, and if they come back, probably other jackdaws will go to this new destination, and it will become a known destination. I find it very, very interesting. And yes, let's put in perspective the free migration of birds with the barriers, the walls human beings, countries are created to avoid the flow of people. And I think it's so important to claim the right to flow for every human being, because flow and moving around, traveling, it's a life force, it's creativity. If you block this energy, you kill the ecosystem, you kill the richness of the cultures. No? So I would just share with you some conclusions. I understand that biodiversity is nurtured by a free natural mobility, and I understand also that the cultural diversity is nurtured by a free mobility of people. And the loss of diversity of local cultures provokes a loss of biodiversity. So without cultures rooted in the land, there is no more biodiversity. And learning from the intelligence of nature is a way to reroute with the land. So we have an opportunity here. And responding to the loss of culture and the lack of mobility of people has to be done also from an ecological perspective. And just commenting that in the context of the World Project, so if you are a member of the World Project or want to be part of the World Project as a node, please contact us, and you will be able to get a user account to get access to interactive map, collaborative map, and web app we will use to represent the presentation of hubs and nodes, people, and also create walking stories, because it works also by walking. We can trigger sounds and images and content along the walks with a mobile phone. And so for me, locative media is important as a symbolic way to reroute culture with the land, you know. So yeah, it's a great value. All right, so I think I said what I wanted to share with you. And if you want to contact me, here you have the email, and also you can visit some website. And I thank you very much. My gratitude to you and all the beings on this planet. Thank you.